Let's begin by getting into a comfortable position, making sure we are standing or seated in a stable location. Feel free to close your eyes if you would like, or just relax your gaze. Now allow yourself to become aware of your body and any physical sensations you are experiencing. Notice how your feet feel on the ground and in your shoes. Notice how your hands and arms feel resting by your sides or on your lap. Notice the feeling of your shoes on your feet and your clothing on your body. Now bring your attention to your skin. Do you feel the coolness or the heat of the air? Do you feel the breeze, sun, or humidity on your skin? Notice your breath. How does it feel coming into your body? And what does it feel like to be breathing in this moment? Notice how your body moves as you exhale and any changes in your body. Now imagine any physical sensations you might experience while in the beehives. If you'd like to, you can walk up close to the beehives, even resting your hands on the hive if it feels right to you. Making sure that you're not in front of the entrance, blocking the bees from coming in and out. Become aware of any vibrations you feel from the hive. Now imagine in your mind how the hive tool will feel in your hand, the weight, the hardness of the metal, the coolness of the tool. Think about the other ways you will physically feel things in the beehives. Feeling the sensation of lifting the outer cover, the tension of the propolis when you try to separate the two boxes, the weight and the shape of the frames, the sensation of squeezing the bellows of the smoker. Again, noting any vibration or just the feeling of the boxes of the beehive when you have your hands resting on it. Consider all of these physical sensations you may experience. Now we are going to bring our attention to the sense of sound. Pause to think about the sounds you are hearing from the hives, or might hear if we opened up the hives. The crack of the propolis as you lift the cover or separate the boxes or the frames. The increased buzzing after the crack is heard. The sound as you gently rest your hand on the bees to move them out of the way. The voices of everyone in the group asking questions or giving instruction. Noticing the pitch of the bees. Now listening to all of the sounds coming from the hive as we stand outside observing it. Now let's bring our attention to our sense of smell. Consider the scents that you will smell when going into a hive. Will you be able to differentiate between the smell of wax, honey, and propolis? Have you taken the time to smell the hive when you first lift off the cover before you give any smoke? And then after a few puffs of smoke have been given? Imagine the strong smell of honey as you lift the frame out of the hive, breaking the wax, having honey dripping down. Take in a deep breath and focus on the smell of wax. What else do you smell while standing outside of the hive? Consider the smell of bananas, the alarm pheromone that lets the other bees know that something has happened. And then the scent of the smoke that you use to cover up the alarm pheromone. Be aware of all the smells you might experience in the hives. Turning our attention to our sense of taste. Take the time to think about the taste of honey and the sweetness of the golden liquid from the bees. If you haven't tasted pollen, consider what it might taste like, what it would feel like in your mouth, the dry powder the bees bring in from the flowers. Imagine what it would feel like to have beeswax in your mouth, chewing on it without having too much flavor after the honey has been consumed. Now finally bringing your attention to the sense of sight. Notice what you're seeing outside the hives. The bees coming and going from the entrance, bringing in their nectar and pollen. Guard bees keeping yellow jackets and ants at bay. Bees taking off with an orientation flight to find the best resources. And what might be going on inside the hives? The perfectly hexagonal wax comb full of nectar, pollen, honey, eggs, larvae, and brood. The large drone bees with their bulging eyes walking around. The worker bees going about their business. And perhaps you'll even spot the queen with her paint dot on her back, laying egg after egg in the cells. What else might you notice? Queen cups, bees doing the waggle dance, burr comb. We take the time to notice everything happening in this small community. Now, when you are ready, bring your awareness back to the area where you are standing or sitting. Feel your feet resting on the ground and your arms resting by your sides or on your lap. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching your arms, just bringing full awareness back to the space that you're in.